Welcome to the Week Daily Podcast with me, Chris Betts. It is Tuesday, June 23rd. If you haven't watched before, this is sort of a writing experiment where every day I write for about 2-3 hours and then I send all the jokes out here. So here are all my topical jokes for today. Here are the headlines. In entertainment news, the guitar that Kurt Cobain played in Nirvana's Live Unplugged album was sold at an auction for $6 million. The guy that bought it was quoted as saying, "It's so cool to own something that was loved by a guy who would have hated me." The inventor of the Segway has said that he is building factories to mass produce human organs for transplant. I can't wait for him to yet again take something that is inarguably amazing and somehow make it embarrassing and lame. Saudi Arabia has said that this year only 10,000 people will be allowed to take part in the Hajj to Mecca, dropped from 2.5 million last year. That kind of drop in attendance can only be identified with by Donald Trump and Milli Vanilli. A huge archaeological find near Stone Henge has been dated to 2500 BC and may contain clues as to the origins and purpose of the UNESCO site. Now, this is great news for archaeologists, obviously, but it's even better news for the friends of conspiracy theorists. I can't wait to stop hearing about George Soros and get back to the good old days of aliens and magic. Thanks, science. Yesterday, I talked about Bubba Wallace finding a noose in his stall before a NASCAR race. Well, in response, all of NASCAR's drivers and pit crews walked alongside Bubba's car as it approached the start line in a beautiful show of solidarity. Can we just give this guy's, the movie about his life, a preemptive Oscar? It's got everything. It's got a black man succeeding in a racist sport. When he reaches his peak, he faces a horrific threat. And then the racist sport turns around and stands with him in the face of this hate. The only thing that we're missing is a Spike Lee track shot and an Adele song about togetherness. Let's get it over with. Now, in Canada news, Maclean's magazine has discovered that the shooter in Canada's largest mass shooting was either an informant or an agent for the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. The press agent for the RCMP at a press conference said, "What? Oh, no." Now, this story won't get much traction because it happened in Canada, and I get that. Hearing big news from Canada is like meeting non-identical twins. But just to give you a quick recap. Now, this shooting happened a few months ago in late April, and 22 people were killed, and it resulted in a ban on assault rifles in Canada. Why it took a tragedy to ban assault rifles in Canada, I'll never know. Canadians need assault rifles like Egyptians need snowshoes. Now, the new evidence that's come to light is security footage of the shooter withdrawing about $500,000 from a secure facility that could only have been accessed if he was working for the RCMP. $500,000. That is so much money. People want to know why we want to defund the police. That money could have gone to after-school programs, or a foster home, or another statue of Wayne Gretzky. They paid this guy $500,000 to shoot 22 people. I'm sure that wasn't the agreement they made when they told him they'd give him the money, but that's what ended up happening. Meanwhile, they've paid me $0 to not shoot anybody. What could he have been doing with that money? Is he some sort of Rumpelstiltskin figure where he's weaving Canadian dollars into a more valuable currency? Or maybe the money was for, some operation that they were doing. He was going to buy some contraband in a sting operation, or other words that I've only heard on Hawaii Five-0. Now, we don't know what this was because the RCMP refuses to acknowledge that he was an agent, even though a bunch of cops have gone on the record as saying that is the only way he could have gotten this money. Now, I don't have a joke to end this yet because I'm still pretty mad about it, but I promise you, as soon as I find one, I'll let you know. That's everything for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. Take care of yourselves.